Asians declare. When you go through custom, declare all the things. Hi everyone, I'm Sammy. I don't just cook to impress, I cook to live to eat. Welcome to my kitchen. This is my first video for YouTube, but I was thinking, what we're going to cook, what we're going to do this video, and then I've been thinking for probably 1 month what I'm gonna do. One day I thought, I don't want to do it. But next day, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I made up my mind yesterday, to be honest. I just wanna cook anything. What I'm normally eating or what Korean eating, Japanese food, Italian food, whatever my restaurant, have a recipe I can share, I can twist a little bit. I don't know where we're heading to, but I will do my best in these videos. Today we're gonna make kimchi. When all my Asian friends talking about, do you always eat kimchi every meal? Yes, we do. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, we love kimchi. When you go out, having a nice French food, Italian food, I always come home to eating kimchi, finish my day. I always thought about why Koreans love kimchi. My mom quite often, I need to eat kimchi, I need more spiciness. And then as a chef, I always thinking about why we want a kimchi, But I thought about it, why? And then I have a little conclusion. Maybe people disagree, but when kimchi's fermenting started, it's got a little sourness. When you cook nice food, you always want to make it well balanced. Sweetness, saltiness, sourness. We want to finish a little, this sourness to helping your digestive. We have all different fermentation stage for kimchi. I just want to make a little kimchi patch for you can eat next week. So let's get started. Let's talk about the ingredient here. Look at this. The first is Chinese cabbage. Very important. I went to this morning Harris Farm. Look at this, the green color, and it's quite a heavy. And then it's really, you can see all the freshness this outside the cabbage. I think normally the major supermarket, they're selling small cabbages, the white part, but you're trying to get this green color is in it. Korean ajumma, you may heard about that, they have a little competition. We get this cabbage, from this farm, whatever, So I think cabbage is very important. And next one, we got this radish. I'm not sure you guys are familiar with the daikon radish. We call radish, but daikon radish, Japanese radish is a long like this. This is come out from the ground. So it's a green part and this is white part. Normally I found the green part have a more flavor, more spiciness. So I'm trying to using this part. And spring onion, carrot. I think carrots must be very good season at the moment. So we got great big carrot here. Also we got ginger. I found Australia ginger's got more fragrant and more lemony flavor. So I quite like here. And then for my cooking, I'm always trying to use a lot of ginger, to be honest. Asian ginger, my country, is very spicy. So when you make a kimchi, you bite chunks of the ginger. It feels a little bit awkward. But I think Australian ginger is quite good. And then we got nash pear. You don't need to use nash pear. I'm trying to use all the natural sweetness from the fruit. Well, you have a different fruit, for example, you have apple, like here. You can use apple, but I have an apple and pear today, so I'm gonna use this one. And the garlic chive. It's not necessary because I think it's hard to get major supermarket, but if you want to get a very sophisticated kimchi, maybe you need to put your effort to go Asian grocery everywhere in Sydney, just get it. And then onion, also onion, we have onion here. And then now we're talking about this little ingredient. I believe this one thing is very important, this ingredient. Of course, cabbage, but here chili pepper. All different cuisine, Italian have their own chili, India have their own chili, China, whatever. Korea we have a very chili. My mom obsessed it. I got this great story. One day my mom last year rang me, Sammy, can we buy a chili powder? And then my friends have a farm, they have a great chili. And then I say, yeah, okay, go for it. And then she rang me, oh, Sammy, I need to pay the bills. And I was like, yeah, Mom, I'm happy to pay for the bill. And then how much is that? $1,000. $1,000 for freaking chili. Can you believe this? And then she want to move to Australia. And then I said, Mom, you cannot do this because you got to go through all the costume, all these things, we don't have any hassle. And then my mom say, okay, Sammy, we're packing up and then you bring to Australia first. And then I say, okay, Mom, we have to declare first, okay? Asians, declare. When you go through a custom, declare all the things. But luckily, the custom allowed to bring here, so I have probably 30 kilos in my freezer. So I have a nice, good color, and that's very, very important. Do not try to use, all other country spices. As I told you, if you want to have a good kimchi, just go to Asian grocery or a Korean supermarket. There's a big one in Strathfield, Lidcombe, in Sydney. You can go get it there. When we're talking about Asian food, we're always talking about umami. Everyone obsessed umami. Some people know about the cooking. They're talking about, oh, we want to get umami or this flavor. But this is the little shrimp, salted shrimp. A little bit creepy looking because you can see the eye, but I'm gonna use this one. This give you a little flavor enhance. And I got sugar. You don't really need to put the sugar, but I want to have a little sweetness for my kimchi. And we got here rice. Rice is also very important for me because it gives you more authentic flavor. And then also helping the fermentation when kimchi is fermenting start. If you don't have a rice, I think you can skip the rice. But for me, I'm being Korean, I just want to follow proper recipe. I want to use this rice. One more, the garlic. God, Koreans love garlic. My friend told me when he arrived Korean airport, he says, smell of garlic. Every time we breathe, it smells like garlic. This is how much we love garlic. I got a nice garlic here. This is one big garlic. I think it's very easy to peel off. Okay, now I'm gonna chop these vegetables. The first, we just go put in the middle. And then I don't know why Koreans love to, we don't go all the way down, but we just opens up. And then for you, I just want to make easy. We just go in the another half, like this. And there's things here. I don't know what they call, but we're gonna remove this. Okay. And then you see the little parts, when you go Chinese cabbage, go inside that little part. I just want to keep this one as it is because it looks like more authentic when you're making. And then after that, you just cut little bite size. This is crunch part and it's got a lot of sweetness. Middle. And when it comes to here, when you're washing and you break it easily, so you want to keep as a big pieces like this, but I just cut nice half. And green part, you can use it or you can chuck away because it's got a little toughness, but it gives you flavor. We're gonna soak this vegetable, the Chinese cabbage, with the salted water. So this is my recipe. So I'm gonna use 1.5 liter of the water and then also 150 grams of salt. So I have a little Korean sea salt. I think you can use any sort of salt. But when you're using very small piece of salt, probably you're trying to reduce a little bit of saltiness. I think if you see other videos making a kimchi, everybody, and then they sprinkle all the salt, on the top of the cabbage, and then you realize how much the salt they're gonna using. Because Chinese cabbage, they have a different sizes, different weight, I found this is more easier for everybody to start making kimchi, and this is how I trained my chefs. For using water, you can use cold water. You don't want to cook all the cabbage, with your warm water. We want to make a very nice crunch. Once it's salt dissolve pretty much everything, I'm gonna chuck this one into the cabbage, and then have a good mix. We're gonna salt this cabbage for 4 hours now. But if you don't have a 4 hour time, instead of 150, just use 300 grams, and then you can salt it for 2 hours. 1 cup of salt, 10 cup of water is a basic ratios. Now we're gonna prepare all the sauce. Let's chop. As I told you, we're using natural sweetness. I need to use half of this Asian pear. I have like small pieces because I'm gonna blend everything together. And then maybe I wanna put the quarter size of the apple. Apple's got quite a good acidity, so I think it's helping fermentation quickly. Okay, now onion. I'm gonna use half of the onion. Put it here, and garlic. Let's go 4. Probably this one, 2 tablespoons of garlic. Again, everyone wash. Whatever you're using root vegetable, you wash well, okay? Daikon radish. I'm gonna peel off all the skin. As I told you, the tapas got a more spiciness. I'm gonna use the tapa first, okay? I transfer all the, apple, pear, also the onion, transferred it to food processor. I'm gonna put a little bit of water into here. With this stage, I'm gonna put some rice as well. Now I'm gonna blend up. Now I'm gonna slice carrot. The carrot's got a little natural sweetness, also have a good with the color. And then now garlic chive. I'm gonna slice on the top. This one, they might have a dirt, so I'm not gonna using one. I'm gonna have a maybe similar size of carrot. Chop everything together. These already have a nice vibrant colors here. Don't forget the garlic. And it seems like a lot of garlic, but you will love it. So now I'm gonna put this little salty shrimp and chili pepper. Probably I'm gonna put 5, 6, 7, 8. Generous amounts, 8. And then, this all blend up vegetables. I'm gonna check everything, all this blend vegetable. I'm gonna put probably a little bit of sugar, just like nice to eat, just a little bit. And then we mix all together. This is Korean fish sauce. I had a collaboration with this kimchi company. This is 2 type of fish sauce. If you can't access these 2 fish sauce, I quite like this brand, the 3 Crab. I'm gonna put about 6 tablespoons because I put quite a lot of garlic, and then I want to balance out a little bit. Mix quite well. I'm gonna drain all the salt water first. Then I'm gonna rinse twice with the fresh water. And then I'm gonna transfer this one into the big bowl. Squeeze a little bit. You can drain it, half an hour, but I'll squeeze a little bit and transfer it. Now we have all the cabbage ready. I'm gonna taste a little bit. It's still crunchy and still got a little saltiness. Saltiness is good because once you mix with all this sauce, you're gonna balance out. I'm gonna wear gloves, guys. I'll check everything this one all together and mix well. I'll try nice crunchy bit and lippy bit. I wanna try this one. Delicious. Now you have your kimchi. I just want to give you a little tip. We all know this beautiful jar, you can tie it up. But if you want to keep the 1 week in the fridge, for this recipe, I want you to eat it in a week. And instead of using this jar, because you start fermenting, it's going to have a gas. But something like you have this and then glass, probably this is the best way you can keep your kimchi. Today we made a kimchi, and I hope it's not too complicated. I hope you're enjoying it. Thank you.